I'm a nerd, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and in my hands here is what I consider one of the holy grails of TV series, Quantum Leap, which ran from 1989 to 1993. Ah, yeah, the good times. Yep, created by Donald P. Bellisario, the mastermind behind Magnum P.I. with Tom Selleck. I'll also talk about that briefly as well. But this is the Blu-ray collection. It has all the songs that they didn't include for releases prior to this because of copyright. But now, if you pay top dollar for the Blu-ray collection, you get all the songs intact, especially the second season where Al Calavici is back in Vietnam, which is pretty awesome. And that's the back. And you're probably wondering, well, why am I showing you this box set? What's the point of this? Well, if you see on the right-hand side of me, this headline broke news. It broke waves last night just as I was going to bed. So I thought I'll get some sleep, get some breakfast, and now I'm here making this video for you. So cue opening titles, and I'll see you right after I've taken my gloves off. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is the perfect example of why Hollywood is goddamn lazy. Why the excuse of is, why we have to retread something that's been loved by the fans, but now we just want to take it apart and make it our own way. It's all about ideology, folks. It's never about doing a proper reboot. Take the Wonder Years, for example. You know, with Fred Savage, you know, there's going to be a reboot of that. It's already been made. There's been a trailer where it focuses on a Black American family. Nothing wrong with that, but why do you have to do it with a Black American family? You could do it with a Hispanic family, or, as one of the commenters have said about it, give this new reboot a miss and go back to the original. If they were going to bring back a reboot of the Wonder Years, bring back the other characters, the OG characters, as older versions of themselves. That would be great. And also it'd probably get rid of that, and also probably iron out the Marilyn Manson myth. You remember Fred Savage's best friend? They thought he was Marilyn Manson when he left the TV show, which would have been hilarious. They could have gone down that route, but nope. You know, we got to have to reboot everything now because it has to fit the woke message, the ideology. And to me, look, I think Hollywood producers are walking around with tinfoil hats like they've been mind controlled by some weirdo entity that I can't see. We don't know what it is. It's so bizarre. So on the 15th, which was just yesterday, of course, Quantum Leap reboot woke. No white males. Uses non-binary character. Oh my God. Look at that. Two of the greats. The late Dean Stockwell, rest in peace, dude, and Scott Bakula. While it seems as if the Quantum Leap reboot has been in good hands, has it? A recent casting call suggests otherwise, as no white male characters are present and there is a non-binary character listed in addition to other questionable elements about the show. Again, I like the way Cosmic Book News phrases their articles. According to that hashtag show, who claims to have a rundown of the descriptions of the Quantum Leap reboot characters, the cast consists of a Middle Eastern and North African or Asian Pacific American main actor. Wow, you can't make up your mind already, guys? What, he's got to be Middle Eastern, North African, or Asian Pacific? Already, this is going to be the Titanic sinking into the depths of creativity hell, and that's where it should stay. A female who serves as the project lead, another female who serves as head of security, a non-binary male chief architect. Why does it have to be a non-binary male? Why can't it just be a male? I don't understand that. That makes no sense. A black man who heads the time travel project, another mysterious female character, and the first leap apparently deals with a woman who is divorcing her husband. Here's a better way to counteract that. To make a divorce quicker, just jump off a bridge. Just do that. That'll ease your woes instead of going back in time. So we have two females, a female character. So there's four females, and there's what, 2 men, 3 men? Yeah, okay, so that ratio is, well, it is what it is, right? Below, you can check out the character descriptions. This has the full information. So if you're not interested at this point and you might be expecting to look forward to this reboot, if and when it happens. Oh, by the way, let's talk about why The Last Man. Why? Why was that show ever conceived? You know, you take a great acclaimed graphic novel comic book run and then you turn it into a series and you change it all because of the message. Wow, here we go. What an iconic image of Scott Bakula in the white bodysuit as he travels back into an unspecified moment in time. Oh, here we go. Well, actually, it's not unspecified because they always set the clock, don't they? So he knows what year he's going back into, but just not the events that are going to unfold before him. So, Dr. Ben Prasad, who could be North African, Middle Eastern, Italian, Hispanic, whatever they're going to go with. Basically, the replacement for Dr. Sam Beckett. See, a much better name, played by Scott Bakula. Worth a mention is that Bakula is not presently involved. I've got an update on that, by the way. Described as a world-renowned physicist and a man of faith. Muslim in brackets. Why religion? You know, it can just be somebody who's got a great abundance of knowledge. You know, when Tony Shalhoub played Monk in that series, did anybody question a character's faith or Tony Shalhoub's faith in real life? No, they didn't. So I'm not sure why this is a point of prominence, importance. Who cares? He's transported back to the late 80s, obviously when this series started. And why are you tampering with the 80s, guys? Oh my God, with a bout of amnesia. I think who's got a bout of amnesia? The people who decided this reboot was going to be a great idea, forgetting what made him time travel in the first place. Well, maybe eat a few burgers, break wind, and you might get your answer. The casting for the character is looking for a man in his mid-30s to early 40s of Middle Eastern, North African, or Asian Pacific American descent. Holy shit. Addison. Okay, fearless ex-military operative who now serves as a project lead at Quantum Leap headquarters. The cast is looking for an open ethnicity woman in her 30s. Open ethnicity. Okay, so are you excluding Caucasian folks? Or can anybody apply? You might want to look at the fine print of that casting call before you go along. Budding actors and actresses in Hollywood. Jen, head of security at Quantum Leap HQ. Don't care. Ian Wright, not the footballer. Ian Wright. Quantum Leap's non-binary chief architect of the AI program, who prefers the company of computers to that of people. So in other words, a cyber geek. The open ethnicity casting calls for a person in their 20s and encourages non-binary actors to submit. Of course, you might get people who might be pretending to be non-binary and may want to get the job anyway, because that's what it is in Hollywood. You've got to act your way to a pivotal role, and you've got to lie about what gender you assign with. That's what they're going to do, right? Herbert Magic Williams. Not to be confused with Magic Johnson, a Vietnam vet and current head of the Time Travel Project at Quantum Leap. The casting calls for a black man in his 60s. The new Owl? I do apologize for that pause, but I'm just absolutely at my wit's end. Janice. Is it Janis Joplin? A mysterious woman who was working with Ben in the present before his leap through time, whose true motives remain unknown. The role is described as a recurring guest spot, casting a white woman in her 40s. Oh my God. Wow, the first person of the Caucasian persuasion is here. Naomi, not that Naomi from CW. This sounds like a description of the first leap in the pilot episode. A wife attempting to ask her husband for a divorce. Leap off a bridge, love. Unfortunately, she doesn't realize Ben currently occupies her husband's body. Oh God, it sounds like Wonder Woman 1984 all over again. The open ethnicity casting calls for a woman in her late 30s. The site also offers the following description and says filming starts in Vancouver in March. Okay, here we go. So if I go down to the location filming, here we go. Lancaster, California, USA. and they're filming in Vancouver, Canada. What does that tell you already? They're going on the cheap. That is not a big slap in the face to Vancouver. A lot of great shows are shot there. And that's not to say, oh my God, why are we seeing Brie Larson's boobies? God. There was a great comment I saw here, actually. Here we go, right. Quantum Leap reboot woke. No white males. Uses non-binary character. Yes, when it was aired years ago, there were no black males either. But let's be fair, there was one black female, Fran Bennett, who appeared, drumroll, in 4 episodes only, out of a total of 97. Now, that was a remarkable achievement. Oh my God, pretends to be shocked. And rest in peace. Yep, that was the general view at the time. That's exactly it. Everything is a general view of the time. Going back to J.R.R. Tolkien, when he created Lord of the Rings, it was because of what was happening at the time. It was, look, when you look at Lord of the Rings, I said 99% of the cast are Caucasian. The population, the ethos, the history around that period in time, it was mainly Caucasian folks. That's how it was. If it was done as an all-black cast at the time when everywhere in the world was all black, nobody would have a problem with it. But people just have a problem now because of what's going on in the world. There is no such thing as a non-binary character. There is only a person that has a gender but wants you to pretend that they don't. Good comment. And there was another comment I saw here. Here we go. Delinquent. And I do like the deliberate misspelling of that word. I literally said after they announced the reboot, how many women and POCs are going to fill the cast? Laughing my ass off. Even funnier is there's like a rule now that anything involving security and power must be headed by a woman of color. Must! And then they sigh. Of course, yes, you have my heartfelt sympathies there, delinquent.
A few moments later.
Oh God, here we go. Anonymous, this needs to be left alone. Without Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell, there is no Quantum Leap. And since Dean is no longer sadly with us, I will not be watching this reboot. The original was part of my childhood, simply a man righting wrongs with good, sometimes touching family stories. Leave it where it deserves to be, in its place, a TV classic historical piece. Absolutely. Of course, what issue they might take as well, Al Calavici, played brilliantly by Dean Stockwell. He was a bit of a lecherous womanizer, wasn't he? Like every hot woman he would see on Sam's time travels who just tried to hit on her, but of course the joke was that he couldn't because he was a hologram. So how could he? And I love that. That's the kind of stuff you don't get in entertainment anymore. It's bad. You can't objectify women, but you can objectify men. Case in point, Benedict Cumberbatch in Doctor Strange. Ooh, let me show you my waxless chest. Wow. And Magnum PI. So Jay Hernandez is in the reboot. This show has had 4 seasons so far. And if you go to Wikipedia, what's the reception to the Magnum PI reboot? Mixed reviews. Nobody's buying it. Why reboot it? Tom Selleck has nothing to do with it. Magnum PI, the original series I grew up with. I've got the Blu-ray box set for that as well. Give me Tom Selleck with the tash, the Hawaiian t-shirts, the tight jeans, the Puma trainers, the iconic red Ferrari. Wow, give me that, and give me the great cast of characters who support him. The fact that Tom Magnum lives rent-free in a rich mansion on Hawaii, that's all he needs. I won't watch. You know what? I might take a peek at the reboot, but a friend of mine reached out to me and he said, it's just a terrible show. Don't watch it. It's like The Equalizer. We got Queen Latifah as Roberta McCall. Why? Why? This really... Oh, God. You know what, Hollywood? I'm going to say this much. Keep making these mistakes, honestly, because you're giving content creators like me a great opportunity to talk about this on my channel, and it's fantastic because I just see this as one complete effing joke. It really is. It's just laughable. As some people are saying, have I just come out of a really bad time warp? You remember the ending of Evil Dead 3 when Bruce Campbell wakes up and everything around him is just like blown to bits? He's like, oh no, what have I done? I feel like him. It's like every time I wake up, I'm like, what the F is going on? What is going on? Why can't Hollywood leave these beloved franchises, these TV shows alone. A friend of mine back in the 90s told me that Hollywood is running out of ideas. He told me this. This is a fellow nerd, by the way, not some conspirator, not David Icke, although David Icke, he's priceless. You know, he said to me, dude, just watch Asian movies because that's the future of entertainment. It is not Hollywood anymore. And I kind of disbelieved him for the longest time, but I'm telling you what, he was absolutely right. I can't take credit for that, but I can take credit for telling you that now. So folks, if you enjoyed this video today, and thank you very much for my new subscribers, you are all awesome. I love you all. Please hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, and if I were you, I'd see me on my next review.
Like and subscribe, or get your nuts Krogan crushed with Jason King.